65-year-old woman put up a for sale sign on her house, and the neighbors began to mock her mercilessly. Finally getting rid of that dump. Who would buy that? It's falling apart. I wouldn't take it even if it were free. But what happened the next day left them all speechless. Her name was Doña Rosa. She lived alone in a humble little house in the countryside. It wasn't big or pretty. It had cracked walls, an old tiled roof, and an orange tree in the yard. But it was everything she had. She had raised her son there, buried her husband there, and spent her entire life within those walls. Over time, life grew hard. Medications became more expensive. Her pension was no longer enough, and her body didn't respond like it used to. She thought that by selling the house, she could move somewhere smaller, closer to the hospital. That night, sitting in her rocking chair, she took an old photo of her and her husband smiling. She looked up at the sky and whispered, "Forgive me, my love. I can't take care of it alone anymore." The next morning, while sweeping the yard, she heard a car horn. An elegant car was parked in front of the house. A man in a suit stepped out and knocked on the gate. "Are you Doña Rosa?" "Yes," she replied, confused. "Is the house still for sale?" With a trembling voice, she said, "Yes," but added, "It's a simple house. It has no luxuries." The man smiled. "I am not looking for luxury." Then he asked a question that left her frozen. "Is it true that Don Antonio lived here?" Doña Rosa turned pale. "You knew my husband?" The man grew emotional. "He saved my life." He told her that as a child, he had lived on the streets. No parents, no food, nothing. One day, Don Antonio found him hungry, brought him into that house, fed him, taught him to read, and paid for his schooling. "He told me that everyone deserves a second chance," the man said. Taking a deep breath, he continued, "I came to buy the house. But you will never leave here. This house is sacred." Doña Rosa burst into tears on the sidewalk. The neighbors who had mocked her watched in silence, mouths wide open. The man's name was Leonardo, one of the richest businessmen in the country, but his greatest wealth wasn't money. It was gratitude. The following week, Leonardo had the entire house renovated. A new roof, repaired walls, and new floors. But he didn't touch the orange tree, the rocking chair, or the photos on the wall. "That stays," he said. "That is memory." One of the neighbors came over and asked for forgiveness. Doña Rosa smiled and said, "There's no need. God bless you." Because the good we do in silence is never forgotten. If you also believe that good always comes back, comment Amen and share this story.